Did you ever think that you did all the planning you needed to do for a project, like a renovation job, maybe in your basement or something? Well, I thought I did too, but evidently I didn't do enough planning because some things did go wrong and I'm still in the middle of my renovation. I'll share with you some of the things that did go wrong and give you an update on where I am on the renovation. Let's get started. Ensure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Hey everybody, Steve here from SCOARTGLASS down in the studio, and I'm here to give you an update of where I am on my glass studio renovation. I had a couple inquiries about it and I figured I'd give everybody an update because it has taken longer than I expected. Now before I do that, if you're new to the channel, on this channel I hope to inspire others to discover the beauty of stained glass, learn tips, tricks, and techniques so that you can create your own stained glass artwork. Now, this renovation did take me a lot longer than I anticipated. Some things have happened. I had to take a break from doing it. I had some panels to get done on a very, very tight schedule. So those kind of delayed some things. And yes, there has been some delays and some issues. But I'm going to share with you where I am and give you kind of a brief overview of what I've got completed, what's on the docket next, some of the other cool features that I'm looking at doing or I have planned to do and have bought the supplies for and now just have to actually do it. So with that, let's get started and let me show you where we're at. So the studio renovation update. I'm going to show you what the plan is, what currently the layout is currently, and what I've got completed. So here's the layout. This is the new layout for the studio. And I've got the first couple benches done. So the first bench with the flip top table is complete. There were some issues, and I will actually go into those issues and share with you those issues here in a moment. The rolling cart is not complete. That is actually next on the list to do. The other large workbench is complete, and that's the one you kind of see behind me, and also in some of my previous videos behind me is those workbenches. Now I do have the large work table in the center of the room where I can utilize to do some work, but it is taken up right now currently by all my gear that I use to do my taping and my live streams and so forth. Then I did move the glass storage armoire across the room. It's not fully set in place because I still need to paint that side of the room. So that's coming as well. Then the workflow table, which is also my shipping table, that's not actually in place yet because that is the little piece that's jutting out from underneath the artwork table. I got half of it shoved up underneath to still give me enough room to get around, but also gives me a space to put some of my larger projects that I've been working on in between while I'm doing the renovation. I've had some repair work and a larger panel to get done right close to Christmas, so I needed a larger table and didn't want to move all my gear off of my big table. So that's kind of how things roll sometimes. So that's all that's currently completed right now. So moving on to the cutting grid and the flip top table, I did decide on the opposite side of the cutting grid is I am going to put the light box or the light pad that I've got, and I'll do an unboxing on that here soon. But it's going to be mounted on the opposite side, so anytime I need my light, I can just flip the table and work on off of the light and draw onto my glass or whatever I need to do using my light table, check some color on the glass with light through it, things of that sort. And then the cart there is actually another view of the rolling cart and the structure of the rolling cart. Now the reason why I did a cross member instead of just like a straight up and down support is because on that horizontal I need to do a cutout because my mounts for my articulating arms for my camera or whatever is only so wide, and it won't fit over the whole 2x4. So I need to do a notch up in there to allow for my camera to mount on there appropriately. Um, so that's kind of the rolling cart and the flip top table. And like I said, I did have some issues, and I'll explain those issues in a moment. Now, the last area is what I'm really excited about is over my workbench, and that is the camera slide system. That is going to help me in videotaping while I'm doing all that work on all those benches. Instead of having to have 3 or 4 cameras mounted all over the place, I can have one camera, on me, facing me, so I can talk to you, interact with you, but also an overhead camera to see the work that I'm actually doing on the bench. And wherever I'm on the bench, I'm able to slide that either end of the workbench and have everything kind of mounted up on that piece of plywood that's on trolleys that will be able to run up and down the piping there. So then all my gear's up off of there. It's all there and kind of hidden in the back, and I'm able to really, have a clean surface to work with. So I'm really excited about that. These are the supplies I've got. Now I just got to get off and just do it, and just get it built and get it added to the workbenches. With that, let's head over to the cutting grid and let me talk to you about what happened there. All right, so this is the flip table that I was talking about, and it did not come out the way that I imagined it would be. Um, so when I actually put this on, there's actually a lot of flex right here. So that what that does is that allows when I'm actually scoring, if that flexes and I'm putting pressure on that glass could break uh, in the locations that I don't want it to break. So I'm going to end up having to redo this table, do a little bit of a redesign on it, but it'll still basically be the same. It's just going to be a little bit more rigid. Underneath this grid, I'm actually going to put some flat stock across all the way to actually give it some rigidity and firmness so that, when this is laid on here, that it doesn't have this flex. And the purpose of this grid and having the catch bin is that I can use it as a sorter. I don't have to sort through glass later to split it up between mosaic glass and just stuff that I just need to get rid of. So if it falls through here, it's probably too small for a mosaic piece or worth keeping for a mosaic piece to be able to trim and so forth to fit it right where you need it. So those pieces I'll let go in the bucket. If they don't fall through and they're still small, then I will use those and put them in a basically this tin can right here. And as I build up and get about a 5-pound bag worth of mosaic glass, what I call mosaic glass, then I will actually put it on my website for sale. I personally don't do mosaics as of right now. So I will just, for somebody who does mosaics, I'll just put it out there and it'll be just a combination of all different glasses and so forth like that they may want and use. So that's kind of where I'm at on this table. Again, I'm going to do the cart as well. So stay tuned for all of that. And I hope you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button below. It really does help the channel out. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss all the future content that's coming up on SCOARTGLASS. So with that, I'll see you on the next video. And stay tuned for the next video coming up on your screen.